Hello, kids. This is Mrs.Z. Okay, today is 11/17/24. Okay. This is Exit Ticket Grade 5, Mission 3, Lesson 3. Solve by drawing the rectangular fraction model. Rectangular fraction model. Okay. We needed to show 1/2 plus 1/5. The fractions are not the same size. So if half is pink and fifths are green, they are not the same size. In order to add fractions, we need to have fractions that are the same size. So we will need to create change half into fifths or change both into one number that is that can be common number for both of them. So if I skip count by 2, like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, we'll stop there, and then I can keep skip count by 5, 5, and got 10. Now I see that I can create by skip counting by 2. I can make 10. 2 times 5 is 10. Also 5 times 2 is 10. So the number, that size of fraction that I can change the half and fifths into are tenths. By knowing that, I can start working on my area model. So let's see if I think about being this as the size of fraction. I'm going to make, let's do 10. Take that as being 10. The fractions, the pieces have to be the same size. So if I'm adding the two parts of different holes, the holes have to be the same size. So I'm going to first create 2 identical holes. Okay, so this will be the one hole. Another hole is exactly the same. Okay, now they are same. They're 2 same holes, but one should represent the half, which is half is in using 10 centimeters. So this represents a half, and then other represents 1/5. So I'm going to cut this into 5 pieces. It's about like this. So the other hole is not, it's going to be 5 pieces. So if I highlight this as my half, and this to be 1/5, I need to add these 2 parts together. They're not the same size, so I have to make them the same size. Now we're going to do math sentence. If I have 1/2 and I would like to make tenths, I needed to multiply each by 5, and I will get 5 tenths. So if I have a half, I should get 5 tenths for that. And if I have a 1/5, if I multiply by 2, I will get 2 tenths from there. So 1/5 will make me 2 tenths. And 1/2, I will get 5/10. So what that tells you, that if I have a half, I should have cut it in 5 pieces and I will have a tenth. So let's see how we can do that. Purposely took 10 centimeters, so it's easy to make 5 pieces here. But whatever I do, the parts that I have to do the same thing to the part that I don't have, because it's in fractions, you always think in terms of whole. So this part doesn't exist, but I still have to show that this part, this half will make 5/10 as well. So when I did that, I can see that how 1/2 is actually 5/10. 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10, 1/10. Okay, so this shows me that here 10/10 makes a whole, but I really have only half, so I have 5/10. When I think about 1/5, this is 1/5. I can see if I multiply by 2, I can get my tenths. What that means in a picture, I have to cut 1/5 into 2 pieces and I will make my tenths. So I'm going to cut this into the halves, and so halves or 2 pieces will create. Now I have equivalent pieces, and each piece is 1/10. I do have only 2/10 of this whole. 10/10 would be a whole, but I only have a 2/10, so 2/10 is same as, we'll make, I will just point to this. There you go. Okay, so now I'm allowed to add, because now my pieces are the same size, and I can add one half. I'm gonna rewrite whole problem on here, because 1/2 plus 1/5 is actually 1/2 is 5/10 plus 1/5 is equivalent to 2/10. So together they make 7/10. So equals 7/10. Okay. This is a problem ticket problem 1. Now we're going to go to problem 2. Okay. In 1 hour, Ed used 2/5 of the time to complete his homework and 1/4 of the time to check his email. So in an hour, so hour is a whole, and 1 hour means 60 minutes. That's how I can think what whole is, or equals 1 hour. 1 hour is 60 minutes. 2/5 of that complete his homework, and 1/4 of that time he check his email. How much time did he spend completing homework and checking email? Write your answer as a fraction. Write the answer in minutes. So what that means, he had 2/5 plus 1/4 must equal some time, t for time. Our fractions are not the same, so we needed to make them, the fifths are not the same size as our fourths. So that's the different size of a fraction. So we have to make them same in order to add them. By thinking, if I skip count by 5, 10, 15, 20, I'm gonna try first 4 numbers. Then if I skip count by 4, then 8, then 12, then 16, and 20. I can figure it out that I can change both into fractions of 20th. So how I know this is 4 times 5 makes 20. 4 times 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4 times 5 is 20, and 5 times 4, 5 times 1, 2, 3, 4, that 5 times 4 makes 20. So how I'm going to do that by 2, 5 times 4, whatever I do in denominator, I need to do denominator plus, now I'm going to change the fourth into 20th by multiplying by 5, but I also need to do numerator by 5. When I get that, my fraction will change. 2/5 will become 8/20th, and 1/4 will become 5/20th. When my fractions are same size, my both fractions are now 20ths. Gonna make a pink color. I can add 8 plus 5. I add numerator 8 plus 5 in 20th days. 8 plus 5 is 13. So 13/20th of the time he spent working on an email and completing his homework. So, but the question is not just that. Question says, write your answer as a fraction. That's the fraction, 13/20th. And how much time did he spend completing homework? Check email. Write the answer in minutes. Write answer in minutes. So now we can see what would be the if we have a 13/20th, 1 hour equals 60 minutes. Okay, so when we think about how much is that 13 out of 20th, we need to figure it out how much is one piece 1/20th. What is the unit fraction? What is 13 times 1/20th? How do we know what is? It's a 60 divided by 20. And we can ask ourselves, how many 20s are in a 60? There are 3. How many 20s? 20 times what equals 60? And you can figure it out. That is 3. 20 times 3 equals 60. So 1/20th represents 3 minutes. Okay, I'm going to make it a little bit bigger. So 1/20th equals 3 minutes. We have 13 20ths. So we have 13 20ths. We have 13 minutes. 13 times 3. That will tell us how many minutes did he spend. So what is 13 times 3? We can do partial product. 10 times 3 equals 30. And 3 times 3 equals 9. Together, 30 and 9 makes 39. So that is 39 minutes. So now we needed to write our answer. So how much he spent 39 minutes completing homework and checking his email. We can write here in the corner. Okay, so add spend 39 minutes completing homework and checking his email. And now we are done. Okay, let me make it smaller. Oops, sorry. We did exit ticket for mission 3, lesson 3. Thank you very much. Bye bye. Love you.